Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today we're checking out the band Broken Vow with their album Anthropocene. Now, a little bit about them is that they are from the Northeast Connecticut area, I think, and they have members from like the band Anxious in them. I think the guitarist from that band is the vocalist here, and they've been a band since about 2020, and they play like a um, hardcore, like politically charged hardcore music. They take influences from like the bands of like Undying, Earth Crisis, Strife, and they talk about some serious stuff because like the debut album name is like the meaning behind the name of this album is like humans, the human impact on the environment, pretty much. So it seems like this band is very, very, very politically charged and everything in a way. Comes off pretty good and everything with this album. I was surprised when I listened to this. I only found out about this album through what was it? Koyo and Harm's Way released an album on the same day, and then I saw people making memes about this band called Broken Vow, as no one was paying attention to their release on the same day. And I was like, "Who's this band, Broken Vow?" And so that's how I discovered them, and that's when I listened to their album. So let's check this album out from Broken Vow. Burning Your Throne starts this album off in a very slow fashion with the beating of the hi-hats and the distant guitars. But then after a while, it goes right into a heavy groove of riffs and just solid drumming. But as the song goes on a bit, the drums do feel a bit stiff. And I will also say the vocalist seems a little bit off on timing. But to end the song together and everything, the breakdown is pretty solid and goes off at the end.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures
Kingdom Dies. This song is a bit thrashier, especially in the beginning of the song with their groovy guitars. The drums, very, very hard hitting, especially with the cymbals. They sound really good when they could be heard. I wish they were like turned up a little bit or mic'd up more, so you could hear the cymbals more. Also, when they bring it down, like to go hard on the song, they really, really bring it in. It sounds just really heavy, especially towards the breakdown. It's just heavy as fuck. The riffs on the song, fast and very interesting, and just overall, it's a great, great, solid song. So, with that being said, here's a clip of Kingdom Dies. You feel that thrashy vibe, right? Evil Armies. The song starts off with some crazy blast beats, and then it slowly builds the song up even more when doing like some slow like tom build up on the tom head drums. Vocalist does sound a little bit better here. He seems more on time with the song and then like the overall feel. During the song, there's like a slick transition from playing to like a two-step that's pretty dope and everything. I will say, as the song album has gone along, I haven't really heard much from the bass, and I noticed that with this track. Overall, hella upbeat tempo with this song. Function, slow drum roll to build up the song at the beginning of the song. Function, it starts off with some slow drum rolls to build up the song, and then like the guitars are really backing up that drum roll. Then it turns into like a mid tempo beefy song. Like it's not too fast, not too slow, but it's got some like oomphness to it. I will say the vocalist, to me, I don't know why on this song specifically, he reminded me of like a lighter version of Carl from First Blood, the way his vocal patterns sound. And I will say what I've been noticing too, the breakdowns, killer breakdown on this song, and then like all like the breakdowns are consistently pretty good. And then the way the song fades out, it's pretty slick and pretty nice. 1.5. This song reminds me of like old 90s hardcore for sure. Also, kind of reminds me of Magnitude, but like a little bit heavier, if that makes any sense. The bass, though, is finally noticeable for the first time, and the guitars are turned up a little bit high, but it still plays pretty well with this song. And Again, breakdown. The anticipation they build before the breakdown is killer. And in each breakdown, and like this one, the ones before and this one, they kill it. Sounds really great. And the vocals on the breakdown, top notch, baby. So here's a little clip of 1.5. No breakdown for you. Propaganda of the deed. I will say at this point, I've noticed that their songs have like a similar structure. Slow intro into some beefy sounding hardcore and heaviness, and then a big ass breakdown. Now, I'm not one to complain or anything. I just noticed it, and it's still pretty cool. Like it sounds interesting each time. It doesn't sound dull. So if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Also, did they get Jessie from Mortality Rate and World of Pleasure on this track? If they did, oh my god, her vocals sound so good on here. Like they just sound awesome. And then there's like again another disgusting breakdown. Oh, shift tactics, bass intro this time, which kind of surprising and nice. And then after that, it turns into another fast and hard-hitting song like they normally do. The riffs are pretty simple, but this song is very bass heavy, which is nice to add some variety to the songs. Before the end of the song, there's like a huge like guitar riff that just really sounds good. And then right after that, there's like a bass drum assault, and it just sounds killer. Reversal. I noticed this song kind of sounds like the last song a bit. Overall, it's a good song. Nice, solid riffs, hard drums, good breakdown, but it doesn't really stick out that well. It's just kind of like here, I think. So, No More Air. It starts off with a very quiet intro that rolls into like some metal style grooves, like not as hardcore, but just very metally, which very shocked by. And then like there's some hollow key playing in the background that adds some nice flavor and texture to the song. Then there's clean vocals. I think this is the first time on this album that you get some noticeable clean vocals and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of like a bit of an emo song because there's a lot of like emo style influences here. So I'm really loving this switch up they do it towards the end of the album to show that they're all not just we're just hard, we're here to like make a good point. It feels like they put a lot of emotions in on this track and whatnot. So I want to play a little clip of No More Air for you. My job is set up for repetition, and the words don't mean a thing. A dark and lifeless witches, a dead and silent scream. See, it sounds like not as heavy. It's got some emotion to it. It feels like more emotion than usual. So that was my review of this album from Broken Vow. Overall, I would say the most noticeable thing here in terms of positive feedback is breakdowns. Their breakdowns are really good. They layer them and play into them very well. They have mastered the breakdown, I think. And also like the simple structure they have with their songs, they're pretty repetitive in the way. It's like slow intro, heavy guitars, and then a breakdown, but it doesn't get boring. Like for the most part, the pacing and everything is good. Like you enjoy like the simple structure they're doing. It's nice because they have really tight guitars, really good drums. Even though the drums sometimes can be a bit stiff, but overall the drums are really good. Bass in the second half of the album is very prevalent. It's not heard as much in the beginning, which also the vocals pretty consistent throughout the album and everything. But I will say the only thing that causes some problem, like with the bass not being heard, is the production. Some instruments can't be heard sometimes, like the cymbals and the drums when being recorded, so like it takes away from the listening experience a bit. But the content of the lyrics, the breakdowns, the structures and everything, really good. So all I can say is that this debut LP from Broken Vow is a good 8.5 out of 10. They may have only been here for a short time so far. Let's see where they go and everything, but I think they've already made a pretty good impact in the hardcore scene. So check out Broken Vow down below, links and everything. Thanks for coming on by and seeing me, Matt from Diazable. Really appreciate it. Yay, woo. And I will see you guys later. Bye.